this a little bit closer. All right.
Scratch myself.
What are we?
What are we doing?
Oh. Now that I've got you here,
Yeah. This is an intervention.
it's all an intervention, isn't it?
You're a narcissist.
Jesus. Duh. All right. What are we talking about? And why are we here?
I have no clue.
Well, there's a few reasons.
I was going to say there's an album coming out.
There is an album coming out. It's February 26th, if I'm right. Maybe it's 24th.
It might be 24th.
My phone's literally shooting video, so I can't really.
Yeah, it's 24th, I think.
I think the 24th of February at Rambling House. Mm-hmm. We are releasing an album, so we are trying to figure out a way to create content as old people.
Aging millennial content.
But whatever, who cares? So,
Yeah, 24th.
24th of February at Rambling House. We're going to be doing an album release party. We hope to see you there.
Do we have an opener?
We never play music out at venues, so
That's true.
if you've ever asked us, where are you playing next? This is your one opportunity to see us.
Bob's birthday
It's
party.
the only thing on the schedule. But no, I joke. But seriously, we'll be there, and we will have openers. I don't know who that will be yet. We haven't gotten that far down the road.
Insert openers here.
Yeah.
What's the album? Is there a theme to the album?
I don't know. Is there?
I don't know.
It's called We Are Very Slow at Recording Albums.
I did have an album name, which I think you might like.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Blood Harmony?
Maybe we'll talk about it off screen.
I felt like that was kind of cool. But
I was going to go with, yes, we're brothers.
I know. Well, that's good, too.
Or, yes, we are related. I mean, wait, let's see. What are the top we should talk about the top 10 questions we get asked. Or that's maybe too many.
Still at
because
it?
we don't have enough people to fill out top 10. But top 5 questions we get asked.
5.
Are you related? That's number 1. Are you really brothers? That's number 1.
Still at it.
Ish. Yeah. Oh, I see you're still doing music. That kind of framing usually is how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. It's usually like a combination of those types of things. Mm-hmm. What's the third one? Who's older? Always.
Yes, that's always. Mm-hmm.
Always.
Have you auditioned for American Idol yet?
That happens. But it's actually usually the voice now, so that shows you.
That's true.
How
That's
the
true.
Culture has changed. The other one was how it was something to do with like, how'd you guys start playing music together? Or how long have you been playing music together? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, or what kind of music do you play?
Yeah, or what kind of music? Yeah, those are about the top 4 or 5. Trying to think if they're all good questions. They're all very supportive questions.
Sure. We don't get sick of them.
We're not self-deprecating either, which is good.
No.
We're very serious,
Very serious.
confident, and good at amazing at what we do. So really, there's nothing.
I mean, I had some notes on the album, like, for my songs, because, we're kind of writing separately, but we're playing on
Right.
each other's stuff. So, like, struggle of being a musician, like, struggle of being present, the struggle in relationships. It's all struggle.
There's a lot of struggling, that's for sure.
Just like I had like a little bit of like politics in there too. But I mean, these are old songs at this point, so
Yeah.
those are kind of my themes. But
I think for me, a lot of my music has been very reflective. I think in this period of time that I was writing, especially. So like when my mother retreated or open up, kind of asking questions, also like kind of, stating the state, the state of being that you're in and why you're there. So it's a lot of reflective stuff, Ohio is more of a, song about being from Ohio, but also it is very reflective because it's talking about like kind of where so early in my life, I played trumpet and I played music. We were both playing music from a young age. And, you grow up kind of dreaming for that artistic life, that artistic freedom. And I think a lot of what Ohio is about is, kind of feeling that you can get run over a little bit by your own ambition and, you know, being stuck anywhere. It's not just about Ohio, but you can feel like you're stuck creatively or literally in a place, in a space that you can't get out of. So there's a lot of that in that song. And so there's a lot of reflection. I think that's my theme, at least for my songs. I know yours, you mentioned a little bit of your stuff. You can talk a little bit about that.
Mine are random. They're just kind of like, what songs do I feel
mine are
like?
probably too random too, but
I don't
trying to
know.
tie some threads.
What songs are ready to be recorded at the time? So
Right. Well, I think we both kind of think about music a little differently than traditional songwriters. And I'm not saying we're special, but that we come from such a unique background, right? We were both band and orchestra kids.
yeah,
Right. That now write folky, poppy, rock, whatever type of music that we write, folky stuff in the case of Shaw Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's quite a disposition, like to be from one and go to the other. I don't think they often live in the same world,
right.
Band kids, I don't associate with folk singer-songwriters, in other words.
Well, yeah, and most of the people that were around probably aren't band kids. Some of them
Right.
are. Some of them are.
Some of them are. I think some of the instrumentalists we know, maybe some of the drummers and things like that, bass players and guitarists and stuff. But yeah, in general, it's not the same experience. It was never the same experience to be a trumpet player as it was, say an electric guitar player at a high school. It was quite different.
Right.
The level of deeper nerd,
Yeah.
prideful, deeper nerd.
But I had both because I had
You
the
had both.
rock band.
You had the rock band, you had the drums, and you had violin. So you really had the two ends
spectrum.
of the spectrum. Yeah. Yep.
So you didn't have a rock band situation till college, probably, or back when you back.
Yeah, ish, college or when I moved back, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I was playing out solo in Chicago in 2000 to 2004,
Right.
but it was just little acoustic gigs.
And with other people.
Not really, no. I collaborated with some people, but it was just for fun.
You never ran into Matt Morgan. I don't think he was there when you were there.
I never. No, I mean, no, I never knew
Yeah,
him there.
because he was. It's weird that he has like similar. What's the what? How's your recording? How's your writing process changed since the album songs?
Well, COVID.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that. I don't know really. I probably, as I'm getting older, I have less ability to like sit and focus.
Right.
So I try to do a better job of finalizing stuff that I've started. Being more present in the moment when I'm actually writing is really important. I don't really write when I don't have something to say. Forced writing has never been a gift of mine. Like, if you can, I would call it forced writing, but forcing myself to write, I guess. So, yeah, those are some things. How about you?
I'm doing more recording as writing.
Yeah. That was one of my things during COVID too. I forgot about that. Yeah,
And
that's helpful.
Yeah. Just putting it in right away. And then trying to chip away at each song
Yeah,
instead of like sitting with the guitar.
yeah. I think that's the way to do it.
But I mean, it changes your style, I think. But
Yeah. Well, why not? What do we have to lose? I mean, I don't think there's any rules. I think the goal with art is to create something new and unique, right? At least that could be part of the goal. Or
Yeah.
might be part of the goal. So there's nothing wrong with trying to do different things to make yourself achieve those things, And in 5 years, it might be like, you know what? I've done that now.
yeah.
Now I'm stuck in that box. I need to go over here and play piano instead of violin or whatever it might
Yeah.
be, I think that's important.
I've been having a hard time writing like Shaw Brothers songs,
Uh-huh.
which is probably the wrong way to even look at it. Should just be songs.
Yeah. I mean,
It's kind of.
I think we probably care about that more than other people do,
Right.
I think, I think people, one fortunate thing about what we do, at least with Shaw Brothers, is we are lucky to have like really good people around us, good supportive people around us. I would say, there's so many supportive people that just kind of love what we do, and they're not in it for their own reasons. They're not in it to try to say, well, why don't you guys do this? Why don't you do that? People that are really supporting us are super. It's uplifting to have that because it makes you feel like you can you have a blank palette. You can create what you want. I think that's part of the benefit.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, they're not in our head, so they don't know.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. They don't know anything. They're idiots.
They're
No,
idiots.
I'm kidding. Totally
No,
kidding.
they're not thinking, oh, it's a reggae song. That's not Shaw Brothers.
Right.
They don't
But
have
you know,
any
I
idea.
mean, we do a lot of things that aren't artistic performance type of based performances, you know, restaurants, things like that,
Yeah.
where that is not the case. You know, they want you to dance monkey, you know.
Yeah.
So when you have those opportunities to get in front of those people that are really supportive, it's, to me personally, it's like a level above internally, you know. Makes you feel something. You're having a back and forth now, you know. I'm
Right.
putting something out and they're giving something back, you know. That's unique, I think.
Is the audience in your head when you're writing?
No.
Same.
Nobody's more in my head than me.
Yeah.
And I just always feel corny. So my goal in music is to try to find a way to feel cooler than I am.
All right.
To be cooler than I am, which I'm not very cool. I'm very nerdy. And that's what Tony Haslett said that. He's like, you know, that's what people like you because you're just authentically you. I'm like, yeah, but could I be a little bit, just a little bit cooler?
Maybe they think you're cool. I don't
It's not possible.
know. When you're playing, do you have a goal in performance? It probably changes between each gig.
When I'm playing,
Yeah.
it's different goals, yeah, for sure. Sometimes it's like, oh, I hope my arm doesn't hurt for this next 4 hours.
Jeez.
But yeah, I like to try to pull strings. Like there's times where you're in places where you know, like you have an audience that's questionable about what's about to happen. They don't know who you are, you know. I'm just saying, like, let's say a random restaurant or brewery.
Yeah.
And I make it a goal to, I'm like, I know I can get that person to like what I'm doing. And so I like to do that. But mostly my goals are usually like, I want to connect with this audience and like find a way to build and maintain community with them. So to me, community is like, it's many things, but to me it is a relationship. Like I said, they're giving me something, I'm giving them something. And then on some level, you kind of break it down to, you know, literally building that community and those people, and you know them every time you see them, and they come back to see you, and it's a cool relationship. So that is I think my biggest goal is to build that community, you know. And it is kind of, I mean, I don't want to say it's completely selfish because, like I said, I feel that we're giving the audience something, you know, an experience, an authenticity, a vulnerability, things that you cannot get watching football on a Sunday or something, you know. Not that that's not its own thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to be in the present. Like today I was at the Fort and I knew the audience was going to be more of an artistic crowd.
Autistic?
Artistic.
Oh.
It's all autistic.
I was like, what?
And so I'm kind of altering my set list and making sure I kind of do more of my own originals because I know they'll
Of course.
appreciate it. It's not a crowd of like suburban people. Not that they're
Right.
bad, but
Well, also, like,
sports bar, you know.
if you don't put it out there, you don't know. I mean,
You don't know.
I think there is a certain level of
I'm discriminating.
quality of yourself that you've reached where, like, you know, you can do an original or a cover. It's not, and it's not going to be, one's not going to be more depreciated than the other.
No.
I think that certainly, like, early in our career, yeah, that was probably very true. We were just pounding those originals away at the North Market. Like, come on, listen.
Yeah.
And, but that's okay too. 'Cause I mean, like, you know, there's places that are good for like cutting your teeth and trying to grow as an artist
Yeah.
and saying, hey, I'm in a live environment, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I was kind of thinking, I don't know, maybe it's just I felt comfortable, like, among
That's great.
people that were like me or something, whatever. But I just wanted to play in the present, and I felt comfortable, and I wanted to play. Helps to kind of have a set list for me at a certain venue. Sometimes, like, I know the venue's just gonna want all covers, so.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just my own bias. But
Yeah. And I don't
it's
really.
like the casino. It's like,
Yeah, the casino.
how far do I reach?
Well, I reach away from there. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck.
I know, but it's like any gig like that where you're like, I'm not going to give myself to this audience because they're not going to give anything back.
And, you know, Jesse talks about that all the time, and I understand
hard.
that. I really do understand that. I think there are many modes we operate in. There's the mode of I'm at the gig.
Mm-hmm. How do I get through?
Well, let's say the first mode is I'm at the gig, right?
Yeah.
But from that stems like I know this audience is going to listen. I don't think this audience is going to listen.
Right.
I want this audience to listen.
Yeah.
I know they should be listening. Like there's all these different modes, and some of them kind of come together. But certainly places at like the casino versus like Rambling House, right? Like casino, you're like, do I want this audience to care?
Yeah.
Because does that even like? It's not that type of performance is not built for art. It's built for a service. It's a service. You're trying to entertain people almost. And that kind of gets into that world of like entertainer versus
artists.
And
it could be built to make money. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
that could be the pure form.
Certainly not made to make us money. That's for
that's
sure.
True.
In any way,
yeah,
it's kind of a double meaning there. But yeah, I mean, like what we're like I said, we've done this long enough. We just keep. You can just kind of check off those gigs. You're like, I don't need that gig anymore. It's not bringing me anything. And I'm not talking money because obviously everybody needs to make a living financially, but I'm just saying that we don't, is that money worth the thing that gig takes away from you is a big question for every artist to ask themselves, because quite often the answer is no. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
But that's an individual thing. Some people it's going to be worth it, and some others it's not.
Yeah, it depends on where you are too.
Yeah, and I do not shame anybody for taking any gig like at all. Like I get it. Everybody's completely different. We remember we used to play at what's that place in Gahanna? It was like kind of a biker bar. Gatsby's, yeah. Like that's a place where like what we do isn't really appreciated there, and that's not any fault of their own.
Yeah.
But you see people like AJ Angelo and those other folks that have built up like a really big thing there, and it
kills.
It kills, and it makes complete sense. And that isn't a lesson in value. Like you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm not as good.
It's where's your community?
Right. Correct.
They're not necessarily there for us.
Younger artists, I think, have a hard time figuring that out sometimes because you take everything personally. You're like, I should be here.
Everyone should like me too.
Right, but instead, what happens is you avoid curating and cultivating your own community.
It's hard when you're open-minded because I used to think like we can make it happen anywhere, but it's like how hard are you working against what's happening in the room?
Which it isn't always the worst thing to like have an audience that is not, gonna get you, but as long as that is not your complete prime focus of your career. Like I'm just focusing on all the wrong places.
We met some cool people there.
Oh yeah, no. That, like I said, that is no shame on Gatsby's whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not at all. They killed it in what they do, and it's just different than kind of where our path is.
Right. The first song you wrote? Is that a thing?
Yeah, ish. I don't remember the first one, but there was definitely some. Like early ones, and it might just be I remember the ones that I was like more proud of, and not the ones I like the first one.
Yeah.
But
Are they
the way of feeling something. I remember the lyrics. Can't remember the song names.
Are they on that album or any of the albums?
Are you talking about Shaw Brothers album?
No, I'm talking about that
early
Andy
stuff.
Shaw album.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, it's a real classic.
Both ways from nowhere, right?
Yeah.
That's good. I like
2000.
I want to bring it back.
I literally recorded that in my apartment in Chicago, blocked from Wrigley Field.
What'd you use?
I had an old computer, I think a Dell computer that I figured out. Well, I had an M-Box. I had an early M-Box. And I had a couple Octava MK12 mics. And I don't know what I used for vocals. I must have had some kind of condenser mic back then, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, just recorded literally in the apartment. I don't know how I got that all done because I got way more done when I was 21 than I do now.
That's crazy.
I got it done in 1 year.
Wow.
I mixed, mastered, pressed.
You did it all?
Did the artwork, released it.
Nuts.
I was like 21. I was like, I'm doing this.
That's crazy.
Well, it was kind of one of those things. It's like, I had failed so hard at the other thing that I was like ready to try to push on this new thing.
What's the other thing?
just the trumpet stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like, kind of proving it to yourself. Like, can I do this?
Pretty cool.
But oh, there goes that battery. Anyways,
So yeah, but yeah. Did anybody work on it or just you?
work on what?
That album.
Oh,
Both ways to nowhere.
Like play on it or work on it?
Anything. Like,
I don't know.
just you.
I don't know. I don't remember. I had some friends up there that were musicians, and I was always following around. But I don't know if they were. I don't think it really helped me. I think I just kind of did it myself.
And you didn't have any YouTube tutorials.
No. I just was really good at figuring shit out. I mean, early days of Pro Tools. I mean, I wish I had those sessions still because I'd love to see how bad they were mixed, and they're probably not very good. But
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, I don't know.
Happened.
You just got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the money, you just do it. What does it matter? That philosophy should be today's philosophy because it's like we take so long to do these albums because we're perfectionists or we're just whatever. But the younger people are really great at getting stuff out quicker.
Yeah.
One song at a time, even, and I think that's where I want to strive to be at more.
Yeah.
Single.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if I think it's like if you can't get an album out within 2 years,
Yeah.
then can you get 5 songs out? If you can't get that out in 2 years, can you get 2 songs out? 1 song out, just 1 song.
Yeah.
Get it down to whatever you can get it down to.
I don't remember my first song, but
Yeah. You can ask your own questions.
I
to
mean,
yourself.
that Cost of Fuel song was on the
Yeah.
first album. Was it on the first album? Oh, the one with the octopus looking weird art.
Uh-huh,
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
The Shaw Brothers, self-titled, because we're good at names.
That was our second. Yeah, that's second.
was our second?
self-titled.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, first. I was saying
what
we
was
actually
our-
have 2 out.
We have
but
2 out called
it's,
Shaw Brothers.
Yeah, I think so.
We never even put a name on these albums. We're kind of weird.
Third one's gonna be self-titled too.
No, we'll get this one We'll get this one named. Don't you worry.
But I think that might have been one of the first songs I wrote. Man, my voice
Yeah.
sounded bad, but
No. I mean, have you heard mine? Jeez,
it's just different.
pipsqueak over here.
It's all that nasally, high nasal. Why? It's just when you get
you're-
older.
Yeah, I guess when you get older and you get better at singing, projecting,
True.
got a lot more rasp in the voice. All these things. They all
Yeah. It's crazy.
children.
Children, yeah. Children of our minds. Children of the revolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, you got a lot of songs.
I got a lot of time.
A lot of tunes. A lot of time.
Just kidding.
Nothing to do.
Got nothing going on. I mean, what else am I gonna do?
What's your top 3 artists ever? Or 5?
Psh, wow, that's a hard question. to
Okay,
answer.
3 artists you like now.
Right
now.
Right now, well, we just went to see Raylan Baxter last night.
yeah.
So I'm really into him. I like him a lot. I think he's a great songwriter, great storyteller, got a great voice, great band. That was a fun show.
Does he have a new album?
He released one within the last year, and I think this is his tour for it. So this is the first night of the tour, but it was really great. And then, I love a lot of music, so I'm really into Ja Cure right now. His album is great. It's not like I'm not talking like top artists of my life, but
Yeah.
he's somebody else that I really really enjoy. Cass Haley, obviously, we love him. His new stuff is really cool. The boots rockin' reggae. Obviously, I'm really listening to a lot of War on Drugs right now and a lot of My Morning Jacket. Those are 2 bands that I've been kind of digging more into lately. What about you?
Nathaniel Rateliff, probably.
Oh yeah, I love Rateliff as well. Yeah,
He's
he's really great.
I kind of like everything Leon Bridges does,
Yeah,
and Daniel Caesar,
yeah.
and her, and
Oh yeah, her is amazing.
yeah, Emily King.
Yeah, yep.
Her album is the best thing I've heard in a long time.
Wow, that's high praise. High praise.
She does a song with Lucas Nelson,
Oh, nice.
and all his stuff's really
Yeah,
good too.
I like his stuff a
It's
lot.
kind of cool to see them
Yeah,
because I like both of them very separately, or it seemed very separately. But then I was like, oh wow,
do you listen to War and Treaty at all?
I haven't.
They're really great.
I know who they are. I've heard them, but
Husband, wife, they're awesome.
and that woman was on Sister Act too,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Crazy. And they
she
met each other.
is a phenomenal singer, and he's great too. He's like a former military guy. He was in the Army
That's right.
or one of the branches.
Yeah, I'm a lot of podcasts recently, so it's kind of sadly not listening to as much music, but I
Well,
do.
you know.
I like the Sirius radio.
We do music for a living. It's hard to listen when you're not
Yeah.
all the time when you're not playing. It's kind of like, yeah.
I do love Sirius though, because Sirius radio will just throw stuff at you, and
Yeah.
like, every day I'm like,
Yep.
I'm shazamming stuff. What was it the other day? I was like, what is this? Tiana. Oh, that's Tiana Major 9.
Tiana Major 9 is awesome.
No, different person. But Nico Rubio,
Nico Rubio. Don't know that person.
James Ingram, Alex Lambert, all these people I just shove on this playlist. But yeah, Sirius Radio is a great way to just discover music.
That's how I listen to. Find a lot of the reggae acts I listen to. Yeah.
That's what is it? They don't have the joint anymore, do they?
I don't know because I don't have Sirius anymore, but I don't think they do. I think. Well, I don't
it might
actually
be on
know.
the app.
I think they may have moved it
Yeah.
channel wise, but they have the the Tough Gong Records took over, and they have like a Bob Marley radio, which is fine,
But it's very Marley centric.
but it's very Marley centric, and I want to hear some other
I
artists not doing Bob Marley.
I know it's kind of annoying, even though I still love all the stuff.
Yeah,
on there,
yeah.
but-
I'll tune into it occasionally, but I need the joint definitely. I like the guy from what is it, Revolution, the lead singer. I can never remember his name, but he's very knowledgeable about reggae, and he put me onto a bunch of new acts. And I would not think he would be somebody that would know a lot of like rootsier reggae stuff, but he does. He really does.
What are the acts that?
Studied. He's a studied guy.
Right.
What's that band? There's a French reggae band that I really like. Oh man, there's so many acts. It's been a long time since I listened to him, but like Alborosi, I love Alborosi. He's like an Italian guy,
Oh yeah.
but Jamaican heritage. So he's got a great voice, very raspy voice. I like the raspy singers because it makes me feel like I can do it. Obviously, let's see, who else does he turn me on to? I can't remember that. I want to remember the French reggae band. He's so good. He's really big in France. Very, very unique.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
God, I can't remember that guy's name.
He has like that. Oh, yeah, I can picture the album cover.
Yeah. But actually, if you're interested in finding any of these out, we have a Spotify playlist. The Andy Shaw Band does.
Whoa.
No, Shaw Brothers, we need to make one with
That's right.
more similar stuff to Shaw Brothers, which we'll do that by the time this is out there, hopefully. But the Andy Shaw Band has a whole playlist you can find on our website, andyshawband.com. And if you follow us on Spotify, actually, I think that's how you find it.
Okay. Yeah.
Very mellow today. Very mellow Sunday vibes.
I had 2 gigs.
I had none.
Oh, the Landreth brothers. Man,
Yeah. You were talking about
that band is cool.
Yeah.
I would say it's a very good mix of kind of what I would say similar to what we do, I hope.
Yeah.
Kind of the folk but soulful.
Right.
I really enjoy that combination. Sometimes it's no, not really country at all. But
Yeah.
It's got the folk thing down, but it's also very soulful and mixes into kind of R&B territory, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I love them a lot. They're Canadian.
Nice.
Like the blues. What's the guitar player? Kenny turned me on to him.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember his name, but he played with that band for a while.
Oh, okay.
Killer guitar player, like really good guitar player. Might be.
Well, we can talk about whatever you like.
What's your Speedway? What do you eat when you go to Speedway? Not eat, but
No.
what do you get when you go to Speedway? What do you do when you're not playing music? What's your go-to hobby?
What do you do when you don't play music? When you're not playing music?
Parenting.
Yeah, exactly. I already knew the answer.
Legos?
Just waiting for it.
Lots of Legos.
Legos. Cool.
Lots of editing video.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Draw,
Yep.
but not really that much.
Yep.
Sit.
Sit.
in silence. All right, favorite. I've watched a lot of Workaholics.
Yep. It's Always Sunny is my Workaholics. I like both of them though.
I get on a trip of those, both of those.
Yeah.
I just can't watch anything now because there's so much streaming.
There's a lot. I try to pick one show or two shows and focus on that.
Try to get on it.
It doesn't really work, but my latest show I've been watching is The Toast of London.
Oh.
Which is free on Roku TV. I might get a little kickback if you check it out. Kidding, I won't.
Yeah.
But it is Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows. It's one of his shows from Britain.
Oh,
Very funny,
so
but
good.
also really goofy. Very goofy show. He's like kind of like a failing actor. So he's great. It's great. Clem Fandango is my favorite character. recurring character on that show.
Wait, is that What We Do in the Shadows? Or no?
No, that is Toast of London. Clem Fandango is one of the two music producers in the studio that record his voiceovers for things. So you can imagine. But
What's the
Clem
character?
Fandango here?
What's the character in What We Do in the Shadows when he's a volleyball coach?
Oh, Jackie Daytona.
Jackie Daytona.
Jackie Daytona.
Oh my god.
This is how we talk in Arizona.
Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona.
Oh god. That's What We Do in the Shadows is the
It's a
best
great show. Great show. Yeah, we should just not talk about music and just talk about.
Oh god.
We could do a whole Workaholics. It's What We Do in the Shadows and It's Always Sunny podcast.
Yeah, those are all. I mean, we're similar on that. We like all those.
Well, if it's ridiculous,
Yeah, and I'm gladly Becky likes all those too.
that's good.
Well, I don't know if it's Always Sunny,
Yeah.
but I've showed her Workaholics and she likes it.
Yeah.
She didn't go to it. But,
Yeah.
But I brought her in.
It's pretty good. It's the I was just thinking about an episode recently. The like a really great example of great acting was the one where they had what's the guy from Andy Dick episode where he's like he's their high school drama. He's the Blake's high school drama teacher who is now like an addict, and he runs into him at an AA meeting or something.
Oh yeah.
And so, anyways, then he rings them into this like they're trying to like bring down a crime lord for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Because they're stupid, and Andy Dick gets thrown into it thinking it's like acting.
Oh yeah.
So he has just some really good scenes that are like him acting as like a drug lord, and like he's a great it was very theatrical,
My favorite-
breath. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I gotta go back because there's episodes where I'm like, I don't even remember this episode. I haven't watched it enough where I'm like, oh yeah, I know every word. The one with Be Rad is Rad.
Yeah.
That's my favorite episode.
Yeah. He comes back too. He's in a couple episodes.
Yeah, he came back.
Came back to study to be a cop.
And then that's where Bill pretended to kill Adam.
Oh,
'Cause
is that
they're
the
roasting
same
Bill.
Episode?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is
Yes,
a great episode.
That's a good one.
That's a real good one.
They're roasting Bill, and then he's like, "Everybody get down!"
And he makes the guy eat his boogers.
Yeah.
And,
Oh
man.
my god! And he
So
makes him
good.
poop his pants. But it turns
Jet
out,
set. Jet set.
yeah, that's it. That guy died.
I know. Sad.
Sad, but man, that guy's funny. That's a good episode.
That's a great show. Classic comedy.
So now now it's the podcast,
Yep.
and then
I
they
know.
were in Cleveland the other day.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
man, and they're literally just like shooting at the hip. They don't have anything planned at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of hilarious. But I love that.
Well, let's. Well, what else can you talk about? Wrap it up or something. February 24th at Rambling House.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be doing our album release.
Gotta find some openers.
Get some tickets to that. We
Are they
are
up?
trying to do a vinyl release actually eventually, but we're not sure who would like that or want that. So maybe depending on what this video is on, you can let us know if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, I want to put one out.
It'd be good. It's problem with vinyl releases is it's a very long process to get them printed. So
Yeah.
it can take as long as like a year just to get the whole process completed and get the records in your hand, which is challenging because there's some upfront cost to it.
Yeah.
Pressing vinyl is not super affordable, unfortunately. But we really want to do it, so we're going to try to figure out a way to get that money saved to do it.
Yeah, wish there was a way to do short run.
Yeah, not in the vinyl world. It's pretty much, I mean, even short run is expensive.
Right.
So.
What else?
Yeah, but otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah, we can do another one of these.
Yeah.
I got one request for you, Lord, but I don't normally pray. Take them, take them, take them away. I don't care where you take them, just please don't let them stay.